Hi, my name's Darren Waters and I teach strength and conditioning at Licking Heights High School. This video is an overview of my final project for this course. I chose the topic of the 5 components of health-related fitness for my unit. At the top of the introductory page, you'll see a description of what this unit contains and how students can use it to access information on the 5 components of fitness. Next to the slideshow, I included 3 student objectives that will be met by completing this unit. As we continue down the page, you'll see a list of the specific national health standards addressed by this unit. At the bottom of the page, I provided a link to a PDF version of those standards so parents or students could print a copy and keep them for their own records. Returning to the introductory page, on the left-hand side, you'll see individual tabs that will take you to the different lessons for this unit. I want to start by reviewing the teacher peer resource page. On this page, teachers can find information on the lessons for this unit, the unit standards, the technology tools that were used for this unit, access this screencast video, and also complete a peer review. If we look at the individual lessons, each lesson is going to contain the student objective, a breakdown by minute of what should be done to manage your time well during your class period, and also the assessment that's going to be used at the end of each lesson. These lessons were structured around a 40-minute class period. The unit standards page includes the net standards for students, net standards for teachers, common core standards from English, science, and technical subjects addressed through this unit, math standards addressed by this unit, and again, another set of the national health standards. The third tab takes us to a page that lists the different technology tools used for the creation of this unit, and also a description of how those tools were used to help enhance student learning. The fourth tab gives you access to the overview video you're watching now, and the final tab pulls up the peer review survey that can be completed to provide feedback for me. Now let's go into lesson number 1. In lesson number 1, students are asked to watch a 5-minute video created by kinesiology students at Penn State University that covers the 5 components of physical fitness. After watching the video, they'll review a presentation that I put together that gives additional information on each component. Once students have looked over both pieces of information, they can complete a quick check quiz that I created using Google Docs. In lesson 2, evaluating fitness, students are asked to start by reviewing a presentation that I created and embedded YouTube videos in that explain each of the tests that are done to evaluate the health-related components of fitness. Once they've reviewed that Prezi, there is an outline of a video project that's to be created. This page provides directions for the project, an overview of the project, the criteria for completion of the project, the rubric that the project's going to be graded on, and the steps they should use to submit their final project. Additional information and resources provided here to explain how students can use Windows Movie Maker, Creza, or Animoto to produce their video. Their final project's going to be uploaded to YouTube, so I've also included a video that outlines how to create a YouTube account and how to upload your video to YouTube. At the bottom of the page, you'll see a button that will take students to a PDF version of the instructions and criteria for the project. Also, I've provided links directly to two resources that students can use to create their final video project. And here's the Dropbox I created using Google Docs, allowing students to submit their link to their final project video. Moving on to lesson number 3. Students are going to look at what they can do to improve the components of their fitness. The first thing they're asked to do is view the 2 different YouTube videos I've provided. One talks about aerobic exercise, the other describes anaerobic exercise, and that all exercise or activity is going to fit into one of these 2 categories. After the videos have been reviewed, then students are going to complete an activity in which they calculate their target heart rate zones. I've provided the directions for this activity, the steps for calculating their target heart rate. There is an example that they can review to see how the process is done. There's also an explanation of why this information is important and how it relates to exercise. Once they've reviewed the material, they're asked to follow the steps to identify their own target heart rate zones. I've provided a link to a PDF version of the explanation of this activity so that students can print it off and use this area as a worksheet to do their calculations. Once the calculations are done, students will submit their final results through Google Docs. In lesson number 4, we do our unit review. For the unit review, students have access to interactive study guide provided by Glencoe, interactive tutors that are memory games students can play to review and extend their knowledge of vocabulary for this unit. They can decide whether they want to be timed for this game or to not be timed, and it's something that they can access multiple times. So it's a simple memory game that they can use to review vocabulary. Finally, we look at the unit assessment. Once they've completed all 4 of these lessons, they can access the final assessment piece through Google Docs and submit that through Google Docs for my review. Well, this was my overview of my final project for this unit. I enjoyed the process, and I hope that you find this video and this unit useful.